The message was short, shaky, and filled with desperation. "Please, sir, I just need $20. My baby hasn't eaten all day." It was sent by a young mother named Lena, sitting on the edge of her worn-out couch in a tiny apartment on the outskirts of the city. Her baby, Eli, cried softly beside her, his little face red from hunger. She had tried everything, borrowing money from neighbors, applying for part-time work, even selling her old phone. But nothing was enough. She thought she was texting a local charity number she found online. In truth, she had entered one wrong digit, and her message went straight to Ethan Ward, the billionaire CEO of a major tech company. Ethan was in a board meeting when his phone buzzed. He usually ignored unknown numbers, but something about that message made him pause. "My baby hasn't eaten all day." Those words cut through the noise of profit charts and investor talk. For a moment, he just stared at the screen. Then he replied, "Who is this?" Lena froze when she saw the response. Her hands trembled as she typed, "I'm sorry, sir. I thought this was a charity contact. I just needed help buying formula for my baby. Please ignore this. I didn't mean to bother you." Ethan didn't reply right away. His assistant noticed his distracted look. "Everything okay, sir?" she asked. He nodded slowly, but inside, something stirred. For years, Ethan had been so focused on business that he'd forgotten what struggle looked like. He came from a poor neighborhood himself, raised by a single mother who had worked 3 jobs just to buy milk. After a long pause, Ethan typed back, "What's your address?" Lena hesitated. She didn't want to be scammed or humiliated. But something about his message felt sincere. She sent her address and quickly apologized again, embarrassed for even asking. She put her phone aside, thinking he wouldn't actually help. 2 hours later, there was a knock at her door. When she opened it, a delivery man stood there with a box filled with baby formula, diapers, and food supplies. Tears filled her eyes as she thanked him, but he only said, "Someone wanted to make sure you were okay." The next morning, she received another message. "This isn't charity. It's a reminder that good people still exist. Take care of your child. E.W." Days passed, and Lena couldn't stop thinking about the stranger who helped her. She wrote a heartfelt thank you text explaining how much it meant to her and how she wanted to someday repay his kindness. To her surprise, he replied again, "Then promise me this, when you're able, help someone else." But that wasn't the end. Ethan couldn't shake off the thought of Lena's message. He asked his assistant to discreetly check on her situation. What he learned broke his heart. Lena had lost her job months ago when the factory she worked in shut down. She'd been struggling to survive, often skipping meals so her baby could eat. Ethan decided to meet her, not as a CEO, but as a person. He arrived in a simple car, dressed casually. When Lena opened the door and saw him standing there with baby supplies and groceries, she was speechless. You're the man from the messages?" she asked. He smiled gently. "I am. I just wanted to make sure you and your son were okay." Lena couldn't hold back her tears. "You have no idea what you've done for us. I thought no one cared anymore." Ethan sat down and listened as she shared her story, about losing her job, about Eli's father leaving, about the loneliness of trying to stay strong. When she finished, he said something that changed her life forever. "I don't want to just help you once. I want to give you a chance to build a life for yourself." He offered her a job at his company, a remote position handling customer service. Something she could do from home while caring for Eli. He also arranged childcare assistance and basic training so she could grow in the role. At first, Lena couldn't believe it. She kept asking, "Why me?" Ethan simply replied, "Because I know what it's like to ask for help and not get it." Months passed. Lena worked hard, determined to make the most of her opportunity. She rose through the ranks, earned promotions, and became one of the company's most loyal employees. Every year on Veterans Day, the day she first texted him by mistake, she sent Ethan a message, "Thank you for believing in me when no one else did." Years later, when the company launched a new community outreach program, Ethan named it the Eli Foundation, after her baby. Its mission was to help struggling single parents find work, childcare, and hope. Standing on stage during the launch event, Lena spoke through tears, "One wrong text changed my life. I thought I was asking for help, but what I received was a second chance." Ethan smiled from the audience, proud not of what he had given, but of what she had become, proof that a single act of kindness can ripple into something far greater. Moral of the story: a small mistake can sometimes lead to a life-changing miracle. True kindness doesn't come from wealth, it comes from empathy. Even the smallest act of compassion can change someone's world forever.